Hi, welcome to another Dave's Desk. Dave here, and I can't wait to share this with you. I caught up with storytelling business expert Miranda Birch from Miranda Birch Media, and I was asking her about the context for storytelling within business. You see, we're all told as business owners that we should learn about how we should tell our story, and I wondered why. So with my thinking hat on, I thought, you got to practice what you preach, Dave. So let's find a business storyteller and find out what they've got to say. So please listen to this. It's absolute gold dust from Miranda Birch, former BBC producer, both radio, I think, and television, and just an absolute authority on helping us to get our message across. Gold dust. Take a listen.
As all of you, I know you run your own businesses, you want to connect with clients, I imagine, that reward you professionally and financially, that golden ideal client that you look forward to working with, that values you enough to pay you what you should be paid and doing work that you enjoy. And I found to get to those people, you've not only got to tell the story of your expertise, so that might be your CV and all the qualifications you've gained and the core hard skills that you've got, but there is another side, and that taps into my program making side in the past and the business side now, and that is why you do what you do, what drives you, why you get up in the morning, why you look forward to Mondays, what makes a really good day. It's the story about why you care about why you work. And a lot of people are very qualified. You can be highly qualified, but if you don't care about your work, if you're just counting the days till you send your next invoice or you're waiting to retire, that means people don't always warm to you. So it's telling that story about the heart, not just the mind, not just your CV shopping list of skills, which are vital, I know, but it is the other side as well, that human side, which I think particularly at the moment, I think companies are judged by their humanity and how they're treating other people at times of stress. So actually telling that side of your story, particularly at the moment, I think is really, really powerful. And that's what shapes my approach. It is through the program making and capturing those narratives that landed with those audiences. That was a very long answer. No, did I answer the question?
A great answer. So what would, in your opinion, be the biggest single business benefit of storytelling? Why should we tell stories?
So and I'll specifically look at your purpose, your why for the moment. It's a word that's bandied about, but I do think it is powerful. So from my experience of interviewing people, and that's how I capture people's stories, I interview them, not in a Jeremy Paxman sort of hard-hitting Spanish Inquisition sort of way, but in a way that you, as the recipient, feels you're just chatting about the thing you love, which is the business.
More Parkinson than Paxman, is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's right. Or just Miranda. Anyway, so when I talk to you, imagine now you're retracing why you started your business or why you were attracted to the sector you work in, and you'll all have different stories about that journey, won't you? And I can guarantee that if I sit down with you and talk to you about those beginnings, and I'll go back into that in more detail in a while, when you talk about the first thing you noticed about why you were attracted to your work, a particular skill or somebody who inspired you to join the sector you're in, I can guarantee your delivery becomes more animated. Sometimes tears fill your eyes. I could have a tagline, I make my clients cry. That might work. But what I'm saying is you become emotional and engaged. And we all know that when people talk about things they really care about, they are infectious, aren't they? Their enthusiasm touches you and you remember them as much for how they say something as for what they're saying. So that's one thing, is that energy. It does honestly make you compelling. But the other side to that is when you're talking in that, just being yourself, being enthusiastic about what you do, it's really genuine. And I think in an era of fake news, and we are part of a day that's, full of fake news at the moment, if you're following the American elections, in an era of fake news, actually you being yourself and just genuinely sharing why you love what you do is, again, really powerful because it is authentic. So there's authentic, which makes you believable and credible. And when you talk with energy, it also makes you memorable. So from a communications point of view, as well as saying I got a qualification or an MSc in this and an MA in that, or I spent years at college, if you're also saying this is why I want to make a difference to you as a client, this is my story of how I got to where I am today, that is really powerful as a communications part of your marketing, if you want to put it like that.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Oh, and don't forget to visit our website at davidhyner.com to claim your free audiobook. Until the next time, go Rhino. Avenir.